My mom is a hardworking woman. She's always been working as long as I can remember as a vet assistant. She only worked during my school hours so that she could give the rest of the time taking care of me. She was all I had, so she made sure that she was always there. But here's the thing, her job didn't pay much, but she had always been able to send me to an expensive private school ever since I was small. It wasn't my concern when I was small, but as I grew up and started understanding finances and expenses, I started becoming more and more curious about how she managed that. So one day, I decided to figure it out once and for all. When my mom was preparing dinner in the kitchen, I snuck into her room and started going through her things. I went through her closet and books, but there was nothing there. Then I went through her bedside table drawer, and there I found a bundle of empty envelopes. What was shocking was that they were all empty, but they were addressed to both my mom and me, with "To Margie and Katie" written on them. Why didn't my mom tell me anything about this, I thought. So without thinking about it, I grabbed the bundle and went directly to the kitchen where my mom was working. I slammed down the envelope on the table and asked her, "What's all this, Mom?" She was focusing on something else, so she got a bit startled. Then she saw the envelope, and the whole look on her face changed. "It's nothing, sweetie. You don't have to worry about it," she said. "It has my name on it, Mom. Please, I would like to know what this is all about," I replied. I was completely speechless after she told me that someone had been anonymously leaving thousands of dollars in our mail addressed to her and me every 15 days ever since I was 2. And that is how she's been able to afford my education at an expensive school and get through other necessities. She also told me that she never mentioned it to me because she was handling the finances and she wanted me to focus on my school. But now my concerns had shifted from what to who. I had started wondering who would give such a large amount of money to us anonymously. I didn't think much, though. I immediately questioned my mom. "Mom, do you ever try to figure out who it was?" "No, I never did, and it's better if we don't know," she said, and got back to her work. I knew that she was not going to tell me more, so I went to my room. In my room, I stared at the envelope and the letters of my mom's and my name. We don't have any family or relatives. Who can it be? I thought. Then I concluded my mom shut down my "who is it" question like she always ignores my questions about my dad. So it must be my dad. There was no other explanation. But I had to be sure, so I ran to my mom's room again to go through her things. I went deep, deep into her closet, pushing through all her stuff, and there I found a box. You wouldn't believe what I found in it. I found letters that my dad wrote to my mom, love letters when they were younger. I felt bad going through them, but I had to find something. And guess what I found out? The way he wrote my mom's name, Margie, on the letter was the same as he wrote on the money envelope, which meant my guess was right. It was my dad all along. However, the letters didn't reveal anything about his job or how he could earn thousands in weeks. After finding out all these things, I had to meet my dad. Honestly, that was the only thing I had ever wished for, to have him in our lives and live together as a family. So I made a plan to keep a 24/7 watch at the mailbox during the summer break. And so I did when summer break arrived. I waited at my window, constantly, just staring at the mailbox, waiting for someone other than the mailman. My sleep routine was completely ruined, but I knew it was all going to be worth it when I got to meet my dad. One day, like usual, I was at my place near the window looking out when I realized that I had no water left in my water bottle, so I ran down to fetch some from the kitchen. But when I came back and looked out the window, I saw a man, all dressed in black, getting into a van that was black as well, and sped off. I ran down again and out of the house to check the mailbox, and there it was, the envelope with the money. That meant the man dressed in black was my dad. I felt so bad for losing the chance to meet him, but I knew he was going to come again in 15 days, as my mom had said. So I waited again. Days passed one after another, and finally the 15th day arrived. I was so nervous, but excited that I was going to meet him. I waited at the exact time he was there before, and went downstairs just a few minutes early. I heard a van pull over in front of our house, so I ran out, but the man was already making his way into the van. "Dad! Are you my dad?" I said again in an innocent voice as I reached nearer. He was about to get in, but after hearing me call, he turned around and hugged me and said, "Yes, I am, sweetie." "I knew it was you. Why didn't you ever visit me?" I asked. I'm a top secret agent, and I have a very risky job of hanging out with criminals to find out their secrets. I'm doing all this to protect you, he said. I started to cry, asking him to stay. But he told me that he had to get back and promised me that he'd be back for my birthday and explain everything. And then he hugged me one last time and drove off. Thanks for watching. What would you do if you were in my shoes? Would you be mad or understand? Would you rather live dangerously? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and check out other videos on the channel.